Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We're back here today with the new Eternity of Pain cycle, and this one we have MODOK in week 1, this ugly potato head looking guy over here. Now, before we even jump into it today, it's very important, as always, to remember that as you are looking at YouTube today, you're going to be seeing lots of solos of this guy. Lots of, this champion solos this champion easily cheeses this champion easily solos that. It's very important to remember that if you cannot solo this champion, it is not a big deal at all. God invented items for a reason, and he wants you to use them. That is what they are there for. Itemless runs are super fun, and they make for engaging content, and nobody really wants to see content of like somebody reviving over and over and over, and that's why YouTubers very often just keep going until they get solos. But it's very important to remember that this is supposed to be difficult content, and you might not be able to get every objective done throughout the entire Eternity of Pain season soloed, and that is absolutely fine. That being said, I do feel like this MODOK, if you have the right counters, was actually easier than pretty much everything from last cycle and the one before. So this is one of the easier ones we've seen. Basically, he has powerful from afar, which isn't that big of a deal. He turns off True Strike, True Sense, and the other one, True Accuracy. That makes sense, right? But you can get around his auto block with Shock and Incinerate. And there are a lot of really great, powerful champions who have very easy access to both Shock and Incinerate. So yeah, the objectives are hashtag Mercenary, hashtag Offensive Raw, and Cosmic for Paragon. Lots of great options in there. Before we get in, I want to give an honorable mention to Scorpion, who just completely nuked this guy down with all of his shocks. Really good stuff. He unfortunately does not fit the objectives. But let's start jumping into it today with number 10. Actually, Quake is Offensive Raw Combat. Now, obviously, Quake is limited to 5 stars, so she usually doesn't make the list. She also usually doesn't fit the objectives. She also usually can't do the fights. But this one she totally can. People have done it. Apparently, it's like a 6 or 7 minute fight, people have told me. I don't really recommend using Quake, but you absolutely can get it done with Quake if that is your best option. Up next, this is the only one that I have question marks next to for Valkyrie. She's still new. Most people don't have her, but she should be good for the fight. You know, she's very similar to like Massacre. She has that similar playstyle, and he does really well here. She does fit the offensive raw combat style, I do believe, for that hashtag. So yeah, I do think Valkyrie, if you happen to have her, give her a shot. She's probably going to be pretty fun for the fight. Up next, we have Sunspot at number 8. I tried Sunspot. I personally did not enjoy using him for the fight, but he definitely can get it done. There's Tranquility, which pretty much purifies or cleanses your buffs and debuffs for both champions and all power every 20 seconds. So when that happens, you're going to be getting some solar charges back and all that fun stuff. So Sunspot definitely has a lot of fun stuff going on through the fight, but the reason why I don't love him for it is because there's also another node where if you knock him down with a heavy attack, you have like 12 seconds to use a special, or you lose like half of your health. So when I play Sunspot, I do a lot of like parry heavying. I do like combo, parry, hold, elongated, heavy, right? So for me, that playstyle kind of isn't the best here because of that node. It's definitely possible 12 seconds to throw off your special attack after a heavy attack is not too short of a time period, but for me, I just felt like it kind of messed with Sunspot's natural rotation. Up next, we have Karnak, who actually fits both objectives. Now, Karnak also has that hit into block thing going on, and MODOK likes to auto block a lot, right? So Karnak is definitely going to be really, really good for this fight. I believe my buddy Nick136 is going to be uploading a video using his rank 4 Karnak, so go check him out. He was in my stream letting me know that I'm going to see how good Karnak is for this. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and take his word for it, throw him on the list at number 7. Up next, we have a champion I tried. Everybody in the chat was saying this champ is so good for it. Even Kabam is like selling a 5-star Hitmonkey for like 700 units or something in the shop. If it was a 6-star, I'd probably get it. But I mean, unless you use 5 stars still, I don't recommend picking that up. It's not necessarily like a lot of units, but still, apparently he's supposed, is he like the intended counter for this? I didn't like him at all for it personally. People are like, yeah, you get unblockable special ones in one of his senses. And I was like, okay, I think he does have some sort of true strike or true accuracy, but that whole thing is turned off anyway. So personally, I really did not enjoy using Hitmonkey for it. He fits 2 objectives. There's a 5-star Hitmonkey along with like rank up gems in the shop. Like I said, I recommend using somebody in the top 5. I don't recommend picking up those deals, but let's keep going. Up next, we have Hulkling, who fits offensive raw and also cosmic. So here's the thing. I don't know if this is a bug or not, but Tranquility power drains you every 20 seconds. Hulkling is supposed to be immune to power drain, but he was getting power drains. So whether that's a bug or not, he was still fine for it because, you know, MODOK auto blocks you. Okay, so you hit his block, you get the pierce, you start doing damage through the block, and then also you go unblockable, you start hitting him. It's not like he's not the #1 option for it, but if you have a new Hulkling ranked up from the featured crystal, he's definitely good for the fight and he can definitely get through it. But I personally used Hercules, who fits 2 objectives here. Hercules fits the offensive raw and cosmic. He was okay for it. I thought he was going to blitz it, but it took me a few tries because, quite frank, the AI is just atrocious, man. The AI has been horrible for like all of Eternity of Pain since the first Crossbones. For me, the worst one still was Hercules from last cycle, dude, because he had the node where you hold block and he just gains power, and he was just holding block the entire time. That's what MODOK's doing here, man. He has powerful from afar, but at least you can like come near him so he doesn't like shoot up to his special 3. But the AI is still absolute crap, man. So you're hitting him, and you go for, and you want to go for like an intercept, right? Instead of like coming in towards you, he'll literally just stay back and he'll like throw a little light attack jab. And he'll do like light, and by the time you go in for the intercept, whether it's a light intercept or a medium intercept, he's just hitting you, comboing you, and then you die. That happened to me so many times. He holds his special attacks, you finally go in to like hit his block, he intercepts you with the special one, he's just holding his auto block all day. And for me, I found something really weird with the AI, where with the Tranquility node, if he's above a bar of power, and it drains his power, it feels to me like he kind of operates as if he still has a bar of power, if that makes sense. It's really hard to explain, but that's where I find like the difficulty in this week is just the AI being crappy, man. That's what I found difficulty in the Hercules fight, in the Crossbones fight. It's literally like when you look at these counters for the objectives and you look at the nodes, it's not that hard on paper, but then MODOK starts acting like MODOK and it becomes annoying. But what makes the next champion so good is because he kind of takes that AI BS and turns it off. You have ShangChi. Go check out Swedish channel. He uploaded a video of ShangChi literally cheesing this fight, keeping MODOK in the corner. He goes medium, light, medium to stun, medium, light, medium, light, medium to go unblockable. Then he goes heavy attack, special 1. So heavy attack to reset all of his things, whatever they're called. Then then he uses special 1 to get the unblockable again, and he uses that unblockable to go for the medium, light, medium to stun again. Then he keeps repeating that cycle. So you need a little bit of good RNG for MODOK to not throw his special attacks at you, but even if he does throw it, you'll probably get him down to like 50% health in one go. If you have to toss a revive, go back in, totally fine. So yeah, up next, Massacre is so good. Fits the hashtag mercenary one. I don't think he's offensive raw combat. Let me check. No, I feel like he should be, but he's not. But yeah, so he fits just the one. Dude, so easy with Massacre, man. The next 2 options, just so easy, man. So what you want to do is you just want to literally just hit him, just fight like normal. And after a while, you're going to just, because of all the auto blocks, you're going to start putting incinerates. And like I said, he can't auto block when he's incinerated or shocked. So Massacre, really good. Spam special 1. Special 1's going to do a lot of damage, refresh the incinerates, put bleeds on, put a disorient on. Really, really good stuff. The only thing you have to keep an eye out for is during Tranquility, after 20 seconds, it's going to remove all the debuffs. So at that point, you have to make sure you get another Incinerate on, and pretty much the same strategy for the #1 option in my opinion. We have Black Widow Deadly Origin. So good, man, because just like Massacre, she has shocks on all of her light attacks. If you intercept, if you counter his heavy attack, right, your medium attacks have 70% reduced defensive ability accuracy, so you're pretty good to like go in through his auto block. You have a chance to shock there. The reason why she's above Massacre is because they do the pretty much similar things in this fight. Only difference is Massacre has to ramp up a little bit to his incinerates. Black Widow has them right out of the gate. So this is my top 10 list for MODOK. It's just a top 10 list. It's not that deep. I'm sure there are some options that I'm missing here. Let me know in the comments below though if there's anybody that you used that wasn't on this list. I'm very curious to see. Looking at all of the options, this is definitely who I believe would be the best. There are a lot of cosmic champions who I feel like would be good for this fight if Tranquility was not a thing. For example, Null would be really good because you can have all the debuffs, but all those debuffs get taken away. King Groot, for example, he might still be good, But I just feel like Tranquility could mess with him, and also he shouldn't be power drained, but he is being power drained. So if that wasn't a bug, maybe he'd be better for this, but I don't really know. But yeah, this is who I think is going to be really good for this fight. I used all of these pretty much except for Karnak and Valkyrie, because I don't have Valkyrie. And Karnak is, I'm going to leave that one in the nick. But that's it for this one. If you enjoyed it, drop your boy a big ol' like. Let me know what you think about this MODOK fight in the comment section below. And make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future EOP content coming to you very, very soon. See you around.